Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. We're looking at a JANOME. Just behind this little deal. She has her thing stuck on it. It's a JANOME Memory Craft 7700 QCP. Nice little machine. This one came in because it was not functioning. It didn't want to do the stuff it's supposed to do. And I attribute that to the fact that the customer was putting a vacuum with a extended tube down in and poking around, vacuuming things out. And of course, what'll happen when you do that is you will catch one of these little springs, and they're tiny. These springs are just little bitty, and you'll launch them. They'll fly. You'll just be pushing around in there with a Q-tip or whatever, and you'll knock that off. So it just hooks on. Just has a little opening and hooks on. Some look like that. Those hang a little bit better. These come off real easy. They just hook on there. If you're poking around in there with a vacuum cleaner or a Q-tip or any kind of a pipe cleaner, all the cool stuff they tell you on the internet, oh, try this hack, try this hack. Well, don't stick anything in your sewing machine or you're going to really cause a problem. This thing here is so wispy and tiny, this little thing here. And on the electronic machines, which are the ones that are most prone for this to happen to, the old analog machines in bygone days, they had a cam that was completely encircled with a driver and went around and around, and it took things out and back. Nowadays, there's a electronic pulse motor that sends it out, and the spring pulls it back. So if you lose your spring, it goes out and stays there, and the machine doesn't perform. So your knife will stop working, your feeders will stop working, all the little the stuff that has to work electronically on your pulse motors and things, they'll just stop working because you knocked the spring off. So I take the bottom off, there's a spring, I put it back in, get it working, and it has a happy ending because she didn't launch it. A lot of times it'll fly across the room and then it's gone. And you go into the repair guy and say, I think I misplaced a screw or a spring. Which one was it? I don't know. It just went flying across the room. And that's tough. Then he has to be, I don't know, some sort of a detective, forensic research magician to find the missing. Because when these things go on, they go on in a tiny little hole. There'll be a tiny little hole that this slips into and that slips into, and you'll have to find two tiny little holes that are that far apart. So that means you'll take the machine completely apart, which is what I had to do to this one, and you'll find the little holes that are down under here, clip them on, put it back together, and away we go. And this one, happy ending. It's going to be fine because, you know, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes it's a little skill, little luck, and it's going to be fine. And this, while we have it here, let's tell you about this, the 7700 QCP. I like it's got the 11-inch opening. It's got this is a 1 foot long free arm here. It's got a lot of stuff that I like. It's got the walking foot, they call it the AccuFeed, I think. It has a real walking foot. The top comes down, it actually feeds the top layer. It's not like the little goofy little the little even feeds and AccuFeeds and all the quilting feeds and all the little feeders you get in the little box. It's called a walking foot. That's a joke. That's a scam. That's nonsense. It's just $50 you might just throw out the window or give it to a homeless person, you know. But this is a real walking foot in the back. It really actually works. Now, I like because you can swing this open. A lot of them you have to go through a procedure similar to maybe open heart surgery to get this open. Well, this one, you just open it, you know, and you say, okay, I want to clean this, oil that, you know, maybe blow it out. Makes it real easy to access. This top comes off. There's a screw out in the center, a screw back over here, a screw underneath this in the back, underneath it. And you take this screw off and this screw off. This comes off. The handle releases. It comes out. It's a process. It's a pain. You got to know how to do it. You have to hold your mouth just right. And the top comes off, and you can get to the little oiling wicks that are here and there. This comes off, and the bottom comes off. There's a screw underneath, and then they have it cut out and then you open, which is nice. A lot of them don't have the cut out there. It's got the cut out, so you can take this screw off, this slides out. And then this has a screw in the back over here and a screw over here. So you got one there and there that takes this off, and this slides to the left and then lifts up. It's got a little hook over here on the side that hooks underneath, and one in the center that hooks in here. So you have to shift it and lift it. Hook, hook, screw, screw, and it's a puzzle. I don't think anybody really needs to do that, but I'm just showing some of these guys who are budding repairmen that if one of these come in and you want to clean it, this has to come off, that has to come off, this has to come off. And of course over here you're going to have a oiling wick over there, oiling wicks on either end of your main drive. There's oiling wicks, there's at least 5 of them on there, maybe more. But they're in, you got to oil them. And if they're wet to the touch, you oil them enough. And if they're dry, they need to be oiled. So this little guy, I was going to tell you about the needle threader. If you can get a machine that has a analog needle threader, which means you're going to operate it. See, it goes down, it goes right through the eye. And if it snaps on like this one does, this one clips on and off. So it's easy to replace. You can do it yourself. It snaps on, snaps off. Right there. 2 little prongs, it snaps right on. This is far superior than the ones that you push the button and it goes and does itself. Because if it goes south, good luck. Good luck and more good luck. This is easy. Boom, boom, done. That's easy done. It's got analog feeders, are not electronic. So it's got it's got an analog tension assembly also, not electronic, which means it doesn't have a solenoid up here that sets the tension. You raise and lower, it releases and clamps, and you have your tension up here so you can actually clamp it down. It's got a spring in there, like it's been going on since 1851, works like a charm. It's got a bobbin winder up here. That's a analog bobbin winder. It's not electronic, so you don't have a separate motor for that. So it's got a lot of nice stuff on it. It's a nice little machine. I see these online. This is an older model. It's a 77. You got the 80, you got the 99. You got newer models, but this is a good one. Keeping it kind of simple. It's got the electronic touchpad and all that stuff. But forward and reverse, thread cutter, and the best thing about it is the if your threader goes south, you just grab another one. Order it online, snap it on. I tell my customers do that all the time. Keep an extra one in the drawer. So if it breaks off, you snap it right on. Because everybody likes their needle threaders. Those of us who have challenges with eyesight as we get up there in age. So, good little machine. It's the Memory Craft 7700. Like I said, I see them online for about $1,000, $1,200. If somebody's taking care of it, maybe it's a dealer. Maybe he'll ship it to you in the original stuff. But shipping them is fraught with peril. If you have a local dealer, he has one on the sales floor. Get it with a warranty because you're buying it from a JANOME dealer. JANOME makes good stuff, and I like this little machine. Don't be sticking Q-tips and pipe cleaners and straws that run into your vacuum cleaner. Don't be sticking them in there. Don't do it. It'll be a problem, okay? Memory Craft 7700 QCP by JANOME. Thanks.